Yefim Shubentsov is usually just referred to as that Russian guy in Brookline. People hear about him from word of mouth, from someone they trust, a friend, a relative, a lover, and the story is always the same. The person had tried everything they could think of to quit smoking, the patch, Schick centers, gum, hypnosis. Nothing worked until they went to Yefim, and bingo, they haven't smoked in years. Now, call up to get an appointment. It can take you up to a year, but people swear by him. What is it that's going on here? Mr. Shubentsov has been kind enough to stop by. Welcome. And you have written a book about helping people quit of all kinds of bad habits called Cure Your Cravings. And Mr. Shubentsov also allowed our cameras to record a session of his when we sent our Deb Donna, a longtime smoker and anxious to quit, to see him and to see what happened. First of all, before we get your backstory, you smoked for how long?
30 years.
30 years. You smoked how much?
About a pack a day.
And you went to see him when?
Wednesday, 2 days ago.
How much have you smoked since?
Nothing.
Not even, not one?
Nada.
Not
at all.
Zero. How do you feel?
I feel great. It's amazing. It really is. I still have the habit, like after you eat, you want to reach for a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural habit that I'm going to have to break. But when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I don't smoke. And I just can put it right out of my mind. It's amazing. And
were you surprised by what the experience was like when you went to see him?
Yeah, I thought it would be more. It was, yeah.
And Billy Joel, you helped Billy Joel, the piano man, quit?
Yes, but long time ago.
Long time ago. So well, tell people, to begin with, you were an artist in Russia.
Yes.
And if I remember, when we did a story once before, you were in some research program, right?
This was a Harvard Medical Health Center. They invited me for a research because they want to repeat everything what we did in Moscow to see how it's working today. Mm-hmm. But in all magazines, all newspapers, they told us really working, we just don't know how the hell it's working. So they was all very honest, and they told everything what he did perfectly working. It was a big article about me in Boston magazine, but we don't know how, but it's really working.
So when I first met you, I should tell people that I've been with other shows in the past, a long time ago.
About 20 years ago.
Doing Evening Magazine, and back then you were doing what you called bioenergetic healing, where you kind of do like this and move without touching somebody, and that would, you said that improved their circulation, or you didn't know what it did?
In each show, when people came in my office, it's about 10-15 people. Before we started to talk about smoking, I removed people pain. I stay in my place, they stay in their place, so distance about the biggest, maybe 30 feet, and just by moving hands for a few seconds, Susan was one of the subjects, I removed pain. This doesn't mean pain will be gone for the rest of the life, like your shoulder still will be in pain, because necessary a few treatments. It's not a miracle, just like new method. Like example, let's see ordinary headache, recently came. Couple seconds gone, you can forget about it. But let's see terrible migraine. Not today, not yesterday, whole life, no breaks. Will be gone anyway and will not come back. But in this case, necessary numbers of treatment. How many? God knows. It depends. How old person, how old migraine, etc. But I just show this. I don't have appointments for pain. I just show people this pure physical process. Or let's see, came person to quit smoking, but hearing lousy. I put my hands for about 3 minutes. I go on the longest distance. I turn so he cannot read my lips. I will tell something, this person I repeat.
So you found that you had this effect on people, and then it began to be concentrated on smoking and weight loss.
Smoking, weight loss, drinking, drugs, all kind of bad habits. Let's say person came, smoking, drinking, drugs, biting nails, afraid go by plane, any kind of phobia. I don't charge additional money. It's just one-time treatment, all of this gone. Only weight loss separate. You can tell, don't smoke, don't drink, don't use drugs. You cannot tell,
don't eat. This is the cut rate, all at once, Betty Ford Center for almost anything. We're going to ask some more questions about how the smoking cessation thing works. And if you have a question for the Russian, email us. Are you skeptical? Do you believe he can stop you from smoking? Email us by logging on to our website, cn8.tv/Nightbeat, or call in your comments at 1-800-755-5690. That's 1-800-755-5690. We'll be back and help you quit smoking. we're back talking with the man they call that Russian guy from Brookline, the man who somehow miraculously helps people quit smoking who have tried everything else under the sun. Yefim Shubentsov, tell me, if I quit smoking 18 years ago when my first son was going to be born, and fortunately I never needed your talents, but I've seen people go to your office and do this. Walk me through. We'll run the B-roll we have of our visit to your office, and walk me through what people go through when they come to see you. First, you explain stuff to them, right? You see this, the picture of you? Tell me what's going on.
I gave explanation. First, short story about me, because otherwise they will ask during the time of explanation about smoking, so to be sure they will not interrupt. About a couple minutes. After, during the session, I don't talk how dangerous to smoke, because people already came to quit smoking. No, ridiculous to convince people to eat when they come in a restaurant. So I talking how to avoid withdrawal, how to avoid extra weight. And big numbers of people who came to quit smoking after came not to show direction for a friends or relatives and told me they lost weight instead of food. No diet, no willpower. This is what I'm doing during the time of explanation. I told people how to make this easy, simple, without negative side effect. So this what explanation.
One of the things you tell people, as I remember when I was there before, all you want to do is you just want to quit smoking. You don't want to start eating more. You don't want to start drinking 10 glasses of water. You don't want to chew gum. All you do is quit smoking. That's the only change you're going to make in your life.
No, because if you're doing anything instead, as a reminder, now let's say you're walking, and you're walking, you think, I'm walking instead because I don't want to smoke. So you're thinking about it. This drives you crazy.
We're going to take a quick call from Regina from Bedford, New Hampshire. Welcome, Regina.
Hi there. I just wanted to thank the Russian for making me quit after 48 years. I started smoking when I was 15 years old, and I stopped the day I went to see him. I was 63 years old.
How long has it been?
7 years.
7 years?
7 years.
And you quit smoking, and after smoking 40 years, and because you visited him?
48 years.
48 years.
48 years, yes. 48 years, and I smoked about a pack and a half a day.
Thanks, Regina. You feel better?
Oh, much better, and so free.
Thank you, Regina. Thanks for calling in. So you also help people lose weight now, right?
Yes.
And your book is called, where can I get this book? Cure Your Cravings. If you can't make the visit, you can see the book here.
I know for sure two stores. First, probably because I'm a local guy, and they order again. It's in the Coolidge corner, so corner between Beacon and Harvard Street, Booksmith. They order anytime, for sure, because no people ask me to send, so I know. A second, Amazon bookstore. All another sold out.
Is it still like a year waiting list to get in and see?
No, less. For weight loss, quite long, but for smoking, not so dramatically.
Well, we're going to keep following Deb and encourage her to keep up with the good change she's made. And good to see you. You look terrific.
Thank you.
You've lost some weight.
No, the same.
Yeah, well, you look fit.
I just told.
Thanks for coming in. Up next.